Welcome to a new WWTV interview podcast segment. You know, we don't even know what we call these things. Well, I do the intro every time, but we got Xounds of Us in the building today. They just hosted this really dope event. We're going to learn a lot about it, what they got going on. What is Xounds of Us? Why does it start with an X? And who is everyone involved with it? But first, you already know the deal. We got to run the intro.
And while you at it peeping this shit, go ahead to youtube.com/WaterwayTV and subscribe to that shit. Yeah, you know the waves in it. Baseball, we're hitting a home run, hit it with the coldest rains. And even on my bad days, I'm a clutch to finish. The track diminish, the booth burnt hands.
And we are back. Thank you, Jake Giller, for the wonderful tunes. But we got Xounds of Us in the building with the X instead of an S. I'm going to let all y'all introduce yourselves so the fans can all get an idea of who's all in here right away, and then we'll get deeper into what Xounds of Us really is. So we can start with TC.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, and I appreciate you just letting us come on this platform and have this conversation. But I'm TC, and I'm Xounds of Us.
Beep. It's Sachi.
It's Jinx, Xounds of Us.
I'm Ray. Shout out to Xounds.
Facts. All right, so Xounds of Us, is it, I guess we should kind of, that's kind of the point of this interview, right, is to kind of like figure out what Xounds of Us is all about. So I'm curious, what is Xounds of Us? Like, is it a music group? Is it a collective? Is it a media company? Is it, what exactly, what is Xounds of Us? And then who is all involved and what does everybody do?
Xounds of Us is a collective. So it's a collective of creators. So we all doing more than one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want anyone to box us in. When it comes to creating, people always think about like one thing. You're either making music, you're either painting, or you're a photographer, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
But with Xounds of Us, we do more than one thing. We have artists, we have producers, we have those who can be managers. We just have a collective of individuals who are well-rounded, who have the capability of almost doing anything when the opportunity presents itself. So that's who we are, and that's what we represent. Just really a collective of really creators who are willing to grow and willing to do more than just what people put the standards as a creator.
Facts.
No, for real, I feel like Xounds of Us is really like a creative team. Like, they allow me to create fully to my full ability, because I can have an idea, but with them, they'll actually let me get down on it, stay 10 toes, actually have a way to get it done, and not just a vision.
Like you guys all help each other with the. Just turn my shit off. Like, guys help each other all with the vision, but also one with what do you call it? Like, actually putting it together, like giving you the what's the motivation, like motivating each other as well as actually physically being able to help each other.
Yeah. No, for real.
Mm-hmm. Who is all in Xounds of Us? Is it everyone in this building, in this room, or is there more?
No, man.
It's definitely more.
Okay.
Definitely more. It's a whole team. So it's everyone that's here. We got Daquan. We got Martin, who go by Disto Visto.
Okay.
And then we have a lot of people in it. And we got Bonzi, Jay Bonzi. Yeah, we have a few more people in there. Right now, everything's still in the process. Everything's still growing.
Mm-hmm.
We're still trying to, figure out, we're engineers, trying to figure out other producers,
Mm-hmm.
try to keep everything in-house. But at the same time, also reaching out to other people within the city. Because what I see is growing up, I didn't really see a lot of people, even doing this, or just, bringing things together where it's like, okay, you're a creator, you do this, or you're a producer, you're an artist. Okay, let's find something. Let's do something where we all can be in the same atmosphere, in the same environment, actually make something happen within our state, instead of, always going out to other state and try to, necessarily like blow up or try to be the next hot thing. Why not take what we getting out from there and bring it here and actually, go crazy with it. So that's really what we stand on when it comes to Xounds of Us.
Facts. So the name Xounds of Us, it kind of hints at it's mainly about the music. But what other alleys is Xounds of Us like currently engaging in, or what are you trying to get in? Like, obviously like the fashion and whatnot, and making clothes and all this type of stuff besides music. But what are the, like, obviously you don't want to give yourself limitations, but what are the alleys of like business Xounds of Us is getting into?
I mean, as far as business wise, like I stated earlier, it's like everyone within our circle, within our community, we all can do a whole lot. Sachi, he's a designer. He creates his own merch. Ray's wearing that right now. So we got
Peace for you.
yeah, we have people in there who actually, you know, make merchandise, make brands, you know, who's actually, so we're not limiting ourselves where it's like, okay, we're in this specifically within this lane. We can only do music. No, we can do that. We can also go into fashion because we see everyone as a dope individual. Everyone's different with their aesthetic, you know, and what they bring to the table. So everyone's different when it comes to drip. Everyone in our group, in our circle, know how to dress. So, you know, we in that other lane also, and we're also in the music lane. We're also in, you know, designing. So there's more to us as a, you know, as a community and as a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with this Sounds, like we all trying to build our own universe, like our own world. Like if you fucking with Sounds, you getting a whole different experience. Like they come in different. Like you gonna be like, alright, what's going on over there? Like you gonna have to tap in. Everybody gotta see what's going on.
Off of that, you guys recently threw not really an event, but like an invite only, like a, you know, kind of a thing where people came and made music and collabed, and I seen a lot of videographers, photographers there, a lot of producers, music artists, and whatnot. You want to walk me through like what that was exactly? I assume there'd probably be some type of like video to come out from that. But maybe for the people that have seen just the pictures and just like the video snippets and maybe don't, or like curious of what it was, like you want to explain a little bit of what went down?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a dope experience, bro. That's something that I've been planning for a long time. Just because I went to school back in North Dakota. I'm NDSU, so I always try to, you know, find a way where I can, you know, bring people together, especially people that I actually genuinely care about and I fuck with. So with that, it's like, okay. So I was thinking like, yo, let me do something for everyone in a sense. So let me book this Airbnb, this condo right in North Loop, a pretty dope spot, and let me bring all the guys, everyone that's willing to create and actually do something and make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that all into motion. So I got the Airbnb for 3-4 days. So I had 2 of them. So I had the loft. So that was upstairs on the 7th floor. We had the other one downstairs on the 4th floor. So like you said, it was invite only. But people that actually slid up on my story that wanted to come, you know, send them an addy, yeah, pull up. So the whole idea of the whole the whole entire space was, yo, we're here, let's create, you know, let's work together, let's make music, but at the same time, let's chill, let's have fun, you know, just making an environment where it's not all about work. Mm-hmm. It's like we can work, or I could go and take a nap, we can come back, we still cooking up, oh yeah, we getting tea, we lit, you know, we just having fun, but at the same time, we're working and actually, you know, being ourselves and actually having fun with it. Because I feel like if you're mainly focused on just work, you don't get your best, you know, you don't make your best, you know, contents like that. Yeah. So I feel like if you put the work with also having fun, you know, you create things better. So that's the space I was trying to, you know, bring to everyone that was in there. So we cooked up for like 3-4 days. At the last day, the 3rd day, have everyone put up, whatever songs that was made or whatever song that they wanted to show everyone. We played it, you know, everyone just bopping their head, you know, just, yeah, basically, yeah, damn near the label showcase. Everyone just, you know, we in the background just listening, just, okay, we fuck with that. You know, just giving positive feedback. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I make sure everyone did when they come in was sign a paper like, yo, this is what, you know, if you're here in this environment, we don't want no egos. We don't want no negative energy. If you want to sleep, go upstairs. You know, there's a bed up there. You can take a nap. And at the same time, we're in the condo. So, you know, be aware and be smart of your environment and what you're doing. Because, you know, we're not the only one that's here. So I have everyone sign that paper. And, man, it was a beautiful environment, bro. Like, it was so beautiful, bro. People was hitting me up like, yo, you in LA? You know, where you at? I'm like, man, I'm in the cities. Like, I'm literally right in North Loop. Like, I'm not even that far from you. So it's like, you know, just seeing people slide up in the story and actually showing love and asking those questions, like, okay, you know, they seen the vision and they see, you know what we're trying to do.
It kind of like paints the picture of like the lifestyle everyone wants, right? Like you mix the work with the play with like, I mean, that's really the work with the play, having fun, making music, living the life, like taking naps, like 24-hour session if you may. Like, I don't know if anyone spent 24 hours there, maybe besides you and someone else that was like actually maybe spending the night there. But like, like if you know everyone lives for that lifestyle of like I can just make music, get drunk, smoke some weed, and just be around my homies that are also doing the same thing. It's a really dope concept, and I think more people should do it. Especially like if you don't have like a studio already, like you could definitely argue like if you already have a dope studio space, then you could just go do it there.
Yeah.
But like I think there's like some special with like getting into a space that's not yours and almost is just like makeshift, and then you get a bunch of other people to come in and build their build their like makeshift studios and whatever rooms or corners of the buildings it may be. I think it makes a good vibe and definitely makes for good content.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I
Yeah.
mean, y'all can talk about your experience over there too.
If you want to just grab maybe one of the mics or whatever off the stand, if you want to just hold it like a performance mic, it just slides right off. Yeah, you might just go around there.
Yeah, speaking of performances, hey, my voice was gone a little bit. Just had a show this weekend, so at least I recovered enough to speak on what we're talking about today. So, like TC said, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure. People to hear our sound, our story, and where we're trying to go. But that week was smooth, to be honest. It was damn near like we was on vacation. You just wake up, whether you at the crib, your crib, or you at the condo. You just wake up, you already hear the beat going. You sitting there bopping your head, trying to think about if you about to lay down on this beat, if you gotta go do something, make a move, come back. The room was always open. You just hit somebody, they come up to you. They come down to you, open the door, boom, get to it. So it was definitely an experience that a lot of people haven't even been a part of. Even myself, like to be in that type of environment and like constantly creating, like 24/7. You wake up, you go to sleep, you go home, you go to work, you eat, come back, same thing. So it was definitely a fire experience, and y'all stay tuned for what we got next with that. Beep.
They definitely had us locked in. Like everybody was just in there, just trying to create something great, and just being around that energy, you can't help but like to produce. So everybody in there was just level-headed. Everybody had no ego. It was just smooth. Like honestly, like just to experience that, like it made me a better artist just going through those few days.
There's definitely a good amount of unlikely collaborations too, man. Like people I was able to meet, and even just seeing other people get together with maybe somebody that they haven't worked with before, and seeing what could come out of it was a good thing for everybody to collaborate there.
For sure.
That's some shit that I've been like kind of working on too, a little bit behind the scenes. Is just trying to find ways of getting people that normally wouldn't work together to work together, and bring inviting people, and maybe not like directly saying like, yeah, you should come here so you can make a song with this person, but they're all in the same building. Someone hears some shit that they want to get on, and it's perfect for them and whatnot. You may have never you would have never messaged this person like, hey, let me get on, you get on the song or whatever. It's not gonna. That shit just don't happen, especially in Minnesota at least. Like people just don't really get on each other's music like that, which is like, it's interesting because I feel like Minnesota is like very cliquey, which I'm sure it is other places too. But our music scene isn't like, there isn't enough people that have like made it out of here yet that I think people are still want to be like those first ones to do it and not like let someone else get their juice in a sense. But it's like in all the other markets, everyone's juicing up off each other, even if it's just like a few SoundCloud singles. Like you just make a few SoundCloud singles with someone you guys both reposted on your SoundClouds, all of a sudden both of your fans are tapping into each other's pages, and you just don't see that happening as much. Like you see it with like some people, and those ends up being the people that kind of actually start getting maybe booked for more shows or get more streams on their music, more views on their music videos. It's like the people that are willing to step out of their boundary and work with other people. I know you as a producer, you found ways to work with a lot of other people. One of the artists being Yeat that you worked with. Do you how did that collab happen? Cause was Orion's Belt, correct?
Yeah, Orion's Belt.
Orion's Belt was the name of the song. And that I seen has like kind of like almost solidified yourself. You could like solidify yourself as like a producer that could get hit up by a lot of artists. So that even goes to show of like collabing with someone that's out of your state can spread your name. But how did the collab with Yeat go about? How did you make that happen? It was in 2021, so it was, I mean, almost 2 years ago now, depending on when it was released, but at least a year ago, right?
Yeah, it's still crazy seeing the numbers and seeing the response from it still. But so I was on SoundCloud, just looking for different artists that I can reach out to and work with, and then I just came across his page through like Summers and Autumns, and then so I just reached out to him like, yo, bro, like, how can we work, this, that, and the third, like, if I gotta pay you to hop on this track, like how can we do it? How can we get something done? And then he responded back, and then we just made a little agreement like, all right, we can make the song. You keep it's basically yours. If I hop on the track, it's basically yours. So you keep 100% of everything. So you own the song damn near. So I'm like, I bet. So we went through the process. We were talking like for a whole year, bro. A whole year way before he even blew up. So we just chit chatting, just talking. I'm sending him beat packs and all that, and he just telling me like, yeah, bro, keep sending more. And then he sent me. I was like, yo, bro, I know you be busy and stuff, so just send me like vocals. Just send me your vocals, and I can see what I can do with it. So this is my own. Like it was like my first time ever like chopping up vocals and actually making the beat. Just all vocals. So he sent me the vocals, and then I remember it was like 9 a.m. like 10. Woke up, got the email, went straight to work. So I'm just chopping the vocals up, making basically making the whole entire song from scratch. And then all of a sudden, like 3-4 months later, bro blew up. And then I dropped the song like July of last year. As soon as I dropped the song, like 2-3 months later, he just took off. And like from there, just like okay. And then he sent me another vocals to one of our unreleased song that I have right now that I haven't dropped yet. But he sent me like 2 vocals.
Too much.
Yeah, ain't gonna say too much, but we was chopping it up, and I just extending your hand out to just shooting your shot basically, bro. Yeah. Like honestly, like that's the worst somebody could say is no, honestly, like, or I'm not really trying to lock in with any other producer. I already got mine already set up right now. So I mean, really just shooting your shot. That's like with a lot of artists, even with like Sofago, I was talking to him for like a year or two. Autumn, Summers, like talking to all of them, just reaching out, just reaching out to other people, collaborating. That's like one of the biggest thing I've learned throughout this whole entire industry is like, you gotta be willing to collaborate and just put yourself out there as an artist, either the producer, like whatever you do, just be willing to collaborate with other people. Don't always think about like, oh, I want the bread, I need the bread. Nah, like think about actually making dope shit, making, creating dope contents where, because the money gonna come. So that's how I see it, because I actually love doing this shit. I don't even do this stuff for the money, so when I really put myself out there and reaching out to other people, other artists and producer, like, oh yeah, let's work. If they charge, bro, if you're investing in yourself, you can't go wrong when you invest in yourself, bro. Whether that shit is, what it doesn't pan out to how you want it to be, but if you invest in yourself, you can't go wrong with that, bro. So, that's how I see is that. So, just reaching out to him and having him respond back and us just chopping it up throughout that time before he blew up, it was a dope experience. It's like now, we got 2 songs together and one of them already blew up. So it's like, still got another one. So,
Facts. Yeah, that reminds me. It was like, so you being a producer, are you like actively looking for people to hop on your beats? Like, I know there's a lot of producers out there that are looking for artists to get on their beats, but like being a producer, I don't know, is anyone else produce beats or?
I make beats.
You make beats too.
The GOAT.
So both of you can answer this question then. As being a producer, like, is it like a struggle to find like good artists to get on your beats, or do you just find that there's too many artists that are asking for beats? Like, what's like where is like that middle ground of how it is, what as life as a producer?
For me personally, like recently, it's been more of just getting beats to people that I find really dope and really talented, and just seeing if they hop on whatever I hop on. So I've been trying to keep that as close to me as possible these last probably 6-7 months that I've been working. Kind
of being more exclusive, not just like throwing your beats out, like kind of like picking your placements, not just like, hey, someone hop on this to try to spread awareness of what I got going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And really a lot of the stuff that I've been making recently has been just in the studio with another rappers and shit. So that's helped with creative flows and everything.
Like starting from scratch?
Yeah, just starting from scratch, listening and seeing what the vibes are for that day and really working.
Bro, he'll cook up a beat in like 20 minutes.
He'll get dangerous.
Real fucking heinous outside.
That's how I've seen like some artists that come and work with some of our guys in here. Like making the beat from scratch is always fun. Like, cause or at least, you play definitely all your catalog of beats that may work for this artist and they don't find one, then you should just make one from scratch. Right. And it seems to go well, with everyone. But I kind of want to, so the Sounds of Us, the event that you had, all the music that was made there, was that like to try to maybe make a first attempt at making some songs that are like, produced by Sounds of Us, or like as like a record label, or as, like a DJ Khaled type of thing, how he like, curates and produces kind of like a tape or some songs? Or was that just like just to get everyone together, everyone makes their own content and then we'll see what happens? Or Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, man, with the whole idea, bro, I was just like, bro, let me put something together to get all the guys in here, all the homies, skin tones, just get everyone to pull up and just work and just have fun in a different environment. So like whatever that was made, whoever got on those tracks, like whenever they want to drop it, they can drop it whenever. So, but that was just more of like basically like a trial, like yo,
a little introduction to what it is.
Exactly. So it's like basically like it's an experience. So you going through this experience and you like, okay, this is the first time of me doing this. So the second, the third time is like, okay, I can structure it better. Where it's like, all right, so whatever that's made in this session or whatever that we create, let's see how we can put it out there together. But other than that, I was just mainly focused on just just making art, just making music, just creating, and just having people in a dope environment where they can actually do that.
Thanks. So each one of you is like an individual artist too at the end of the day, and I kind of want to get into what you guys have coming up and what you have done recently, like to what music you've dropped recently, what shows you've done. You said you just performed, was it yesterday or Saturday? Your voice still dead, but maybe you want to start. What was the show all about? What you got coming up?
I got you. So yeah, Saturday.
I think you might have. I think the mic might have got turned off. There you go.
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Saturday was my first official like show ever, and I headlined. So it was over at the Treasury in St. Paul, and then I got connected with that through some homies. Shout out Klutz and Marino and Benny Bouquet. Rocked that show out with my homies from college, and yeah, so they knew I was like still working my way up and stuff. So they're like, "Yo, you trying to do a show real quick?" And I was like, "Shoot, the opportunity presents itself. Shoot, let's do it." So they set that up. Benny set that up with the Treasury. They asked me to headline. I was like, "Shoot, I don't know if my catalog's that deep, but." I'm going to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And sure enough, as you can hear, I did what I had to do.
You're actually singing. You weren't just mouthing the words up there like a lot of rappers be nowadays.
Right. Every word, like every song out there, had my body armor with me, trying to stay hydrated, everything. But it was a good time. The homies popped out. I was ready for the moment. Definitely did what I had to do. And, yeah, we just waiting for whatever's next. So yeah, Sachi, I'm on all streaming platforms. Most of my songs are on SoundCloud right now. That's kind of what I've been releasing until I fine-tune some newer songs. Trying to work on a little EP for the year ends, hopefully. And then, just keep that momentum going from the show. And then whatever's next, you guys stay tuned. Follow up with me. Follow me. Welcome to Sachi World, man.
Thanks.
Man, I'm Jinx, so... Man, we always locked in. I just been dropping hella singles on SoundCloud for right now. So the plan is drop a couple EPs at the beginning of the year, man. Just really get it rolling. Some videos, start doing more content and everything. So we just keeping our head down, steady working until it's all gonna come together, man.
I feel what's new with you over here? What you got coming?
Shit. I haven't dropped no music in a minute. I've been really working on just my craft and connecting with people. So I have been working on an EP like this last probably 3 months. I've made 4 out of 7 songs, and I'm trying to get that done before the end of the year so I can really show like what I've been working on.
Yeah, and that's big. When did you guys start Xounds with us?
Bro, honestly, like that condo is like when it really actually started. Like,
right?
Yeah, let's just do this shit. Like,
because I seen like the page is pretty new and whatnot, but I didn't know like. But if you guys been working together for a while though. Yeah. Beforehand,
we've all known each other for a pretty long time. I feel
like 2-3 years, long time, or like
like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
high school days or what? How old is everyone here? We all high school 3 years. That's 5 years away from me now. Shit, I don't even know.
Everyone kind of like dispersed, and some people were already knew each other and working, and then some of us kind of tagged in a little later on. So. But we always cooking up together, so the condo is just solidifying that, like, all right, these are the people that really serious about this. These are the people that I can really trust. There's no ego, like TC said already. Everybody just hear a beat, try to hop on it, you hop on it. If not, you wait for the next one. So, there's no stinginess. No one's thinking about me. It's always a group effort or group collaboration at times. giving pointers, receiving feedback as well. So everybody's just doing their thing. All-star team just doing our thing, man.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I hear it. Before we get too far, I would like to show some support and thanks to the best water company in the world, Northern Chill. Man, they're keeping us hydrated today,
Man.
and we gonna run this little fancy pre-recorded ad I got for y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. We're gonna take a quick break to shout out the supporters that support us to make this happen. Shout out to our sponsor, Northern Chill. It's my favorite water out there. It's a 7.8 pH level. It has calcium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, and even other minerals that help you live better. It makes you feel better, makes you live better, makes you healthy and hydrated. It's my favorite water. You can shop it online at northernchill.com, and we have an exclusive code for our podcast listeners. Code WWTV20 will give you 20% off a case of Northern Chills like you see right here. It is our favorite water over here at Waterwave, and I don't like to drink anything else. If I have to, I will, obviously, because I got to survive. But at any time of the day, I'm looking for a Northern Chill. Follow them on Instagram at DrinkChillH2O as well, and get with the movement. Start drinking real water. And quit drinking that sink water, man. You know it's not good for you. And we're back.
Yes, sir.
Hope y'all didn't leave us too much. All right, now I want to figure out who are y'all rocking with, kind of coming up right now. You mentioned like Yeat, autumn, summers type of era, like this like new wave of artists coming up. Who are you like seeing and like rocking with coming up out of like, you could say, the underground mainstream era? It doesn't have to just be like the state of Minnesota.
So like underground. I know Young Faisal, he's pretty smooth. Tana, he's tapped in with Tekka. I think he signed Galactic. But yeah, that's like the two main artists that I've been listening to a lot. So I work with a lot of like the younger, underground artists.
Mm-hmm.
This kid named Derek, he was one of PNB rock artists, RIP PNB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, so those are like I usually try to go for artists that a lot of people not really listen to. Like I don't really be too tapped into mainstream, like that. So I'm trying to get the new sound, and I feel like the younger generation usually have the upcoming sound.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the point, is to find the next talent. You
Mm-hmm.
know, obviously you can ride waves and whatnot, but like you see like almost like internet money in a sense, like how like they always have that next up and coming guy or whatever, like someone that's just needs some gas on the fire and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the biggest key for artists nowadays? Like where are artists being discovered? Like in 2015, 2016, maybe 2014, it was SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
Like what platform or how are artists being like blown up today?
Sure.
And what you guys have all seen?
I would heavily say Instagram. I feel like a lot of artists now are really into the collaboration. Like it's a group. Like if one person knows a certain artist, I feel like 3 or 4 other artists know that exact person.
Mm-hmm.
Or so it's like people are really posting each other work on IG, whatever your artist, and you within a certain circle. But yeah, I mean, really through IG, I still be seeing people come up on SoundCloud here and there. It's not too much, but like yeah, really, because I really be tapped into SoundCloud, underground scene. So that's where I get my kind of music and artists from most of the time.
Mm-hmm. What about y'all? Where do you discover new music at nowadays?
Shit, same thing. SoundCloud, IG Explore page, and everything. Been listening to Isaiah TG a lot recently. He's hard as fuck. And more locally, 7:30 at morning. Shout out him. He's been going crazy with the stuff he's been dropping.
I mean, he's been going crazy. He actually got he had a few, like a lot of people comment his name at our last show, and then we added him to our lineup at our last show. I think it was the first time he ever performed. He said, I think maybe the second time, but it was fire. That was like the first time I heard of him, was like going through the comments and whatnot. But his shit was lit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his shit was hard.
Facts. I'd say the same thing. And TikTok be going crazy too.
I'll say
Like there be a lot of trends go crazy with music on TikTok.
that's usually where I find a lot of new artists.
Facts. You just be scrolling through, they figure out the algorithm what's best for you, your For You
Mhm.
page. Sometimes it do be rocking. So
Mm-hmm.
TikTok is a good spot too. SoundCloud, of course.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with, I like underground artists. I don't know if they still underground, but like Baby Sosa, she's tough. I fuck with BK, she's tough. Baby Keem's not so underground anymore, but like he's tough. I've been rocking with him for a minute, so
Mm-hmm.
I just like people that that are authentic. You can hear it in their songs, in their interviews, just what they talk about, how they put their projects together, the visual appearance, like everything makes sense. So I like when people think of all aspects of the art rather than just the music. And even a local artist, Shosha Key, man, y'all tap in for real.
Okay.
On the come up. I think he's homies with 730. So, yeah.
What'd you say?
Shosha Key.
Sosha?
Shosha, yeah.
Sosha Key.
Little anime shit.
Okay.
But, yeah, y'all tap in.
Right.
Beep.
And really, I just be listening to mostly the gang. So I be listening to Ray, Diso Visto, J Mon, Z, Daquan, Sachi, TC, honestly. That shit.
Shit.
You got too much unreleased shit.
Yeah.
Way too much. Way too much, man.
That's like my new balance. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts now and local music, so it's like I be so out of touch with what's going on like nowadays and like mainstream, even underground scene type of stuff. Like I get most of that in off of just like listening to podcasts, like a No Jumper show where they interviewed a new rapper. Like, oh, this is the guy that made that song. I didn't even know. There'd be so many random artists like that too that like you'll hear a TikTok song that's just viral as hell, and then you'll finally see him on Instagram, and you'll be like, "That's who made that song." Like you'll see like the Instagram snippet, or the music video snippet on Instagram or some shit. Yeah. And yeah, what do you think? What do you guys think? Maybe this might be a different answer for all of y'all, but what have you did to put yourself in the position you're in today? Like, what was like one or two major moves that you made or decisions that you did, like that kind of like put you in maybe that you're not in an end goal position where you're at right now, but has put you in a comfortable position to like start a group with a group of guys.
Shit. For me, like I really, because I had made music in the past with a different name, and I took a year off pretty much during quarantine to get better at making beats because I was just a rapper. So I did that, and after a year, like I really started to notice some really big changes in everything coming together sonically. Got to a point where I started engineering myself too, and that's helped me a lot get to this point. So now I'm at a stage where I feel like I can put everything together and start really dropping music that way.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are like scared to like take that risk that may put them in the position that they want to be in, but if they fail at it, then it puts them back 5 positions that they don't want to be in. So it's like a lot of people always have different stories of like, I quit my job to do this. I saved up enough money to where if I don't make $1 for the next 10 months, I'm all right or something. But then if that 10 months come, then if it's not working, then you're kind of back to square one. But I don't know if you guys have any kind of like key moments in your career so far that you've kind of hit.
I guess it was really just finding my sound, just find something that I feel like represents who I am. So once I felt like comfortable with the sound I was making, the music I was making, and it just was up from there. I tapped in with Ray about like 2-3 years ago, and we really just been working and growing together, and it's really been crazy.
And Jinx has helped me a lot grow too as an artist, like picking up how to punch in and even just like stylistically, like how I can make my beats sound even more aggressive, even more turned up. Like Jinx helped me a lot with making shit like that.
Facts. But I haven't really had like a major life event to make me start doing music, but I always used to tell people before I made music, like if I could do anything else besides like what I was doing creatively, which was like at the time like photography and visual arts, I'd always be like, dang, I'd be an artist, like if I could really just like start over. And for me, especially being an artist, you go through that era of where you're trying to find your creative identity. So, you trying everything possible just to, find that outlet that speaks to you creatively. And for me, like, I still do multiple things, but with music, it was more like okay, like, y'all gonna hear me, not just like, visually hear me. So, once I got over like insecurities of like, dang, people gonna hear me like either singing or rapping or who's gonna say what, like once I got over that hump of like, nah bro, just do what you gotta do, everything else will take care of itself, I feel like that's when I really got in that mindset of like, okay, yeah, we could do this, because I was kind of recording by myself, just using any resources possible, honestly, like my phone, Apple headphones, like anything to just get a song off. And then once I tapped in with more people in the community, started going to the studio, figuring out, how to actually punch in and, you know, how to construct a song. And I'm still learning to this day. So that's the beautiful thing about the creative journey. It's never ending, you know. You can always learn from the next person. The next person can learn from you. But overall, especially with Xounds, like, it's just like an everlasting factory. Like, everybody picking each other up, and, you know, we just refurbishing our sounds, our music, and we finna present it to the world.
Okay. Fire.
Yeah, I would say for me, bro. I mean, when I was in the mode and like in a situation where I was still trying to find myself and like try to find like what I really wanted to do in life, other than like just hoop and stuff. Like around 2016, like after I got done hooping, it was like, damn, like, yo, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? You know. But like the music stuff was always there, but you know, it was always that one thing. You know, we always are good at one thing or multiple things that we don't probably, you know, pay too much attention of, but it's always right there on the side of you. Like, yo, bro, like I can actually get you paid if you really tap in with me. So like the music was like, it was right there the whole time. So when I actually started like, you know, making beats and like putting tight beats out there and stuff, when I started doing that, it's like, okay. And I started seeing people reaching out. Got a YouTuber on one of my beats. She made a video. It hit like a couple mil on YouTube. I was like, okay, like this stuff can actually go crazy. And then after that, like when I started making tight beats and actually started like finding my own sauce, then it's like it really started, you know, registering to me like, yeah, like I can actually do this shit. Like I can actually, if I really put my mind towards this and actually, you know, spend all my time and, you know, try to get right with what I'm doing with this music stuff, it can actually go crazy. And then when I see myself spending like most of my bread and just investing in my music and in my art and like the business side of it, I was like, okay, like if I'm putting money behind this, it's like there's no reason why I'm not going extra hard at it. You know, why am I, you know, wasting my time putting bread in something that I'm not really trying to do? It don't make no sense. So, you know, when I started doing that and I see myself started doing that, I was like, okay, that was like the step towards like, yeah, like I actually want to do this and I actually want to take this to the, you know, to a whole new level and actually go crazy. And then like the circle that was around me, all my boys, Fawn, Depot, you know, and everyone at Skin Tones. Shout out Skin Tones for real. And yes, big shout out to, you know, everyone, bro, that's, you know, always been there and just supporting. You know, that take you to a whole nother level when you have that circle that's, you know, just always willing to push you forward. You know, just all willing to, you know, yo, I feel like if you do it this way, you can go crazy, you know. And then when I actually see my song get played this year in the club, I was like, bro, I was like, okay, now we talking, now we're going crazy. Well, yeah, shout out DJ Ones and DJ YS. You know, I appreciate just people just taking the time to actually play your stuff and actually go crazy with it too. And yeah, bro, and just seeing how people, you know, just react to your content and what you're putting out there. That should be dope.
True. Well, I think a year from now we should probably do another interview and see what has happened from this point on. You know what I mean? Since it, you know, like, yeah, since it is pretty early on, you know, you got a lot. I think a lot of people are gonna be with their eyes on you, looking at what's gonna be happening, because I guess like because you all seem to have a lot of connections. I've seen you guys out a bunch of times, like at, you know, events, maybe a Skin Tones event here or there, a club event here and there. So it's like you're doing the networking thing, right? And a lot of people know about it, but obviously it's another leap of starting a group or like starting a brand for people to get their eyes on and actually tap in with what's going on. So I'm excited to see like what you guys do in this next year. And I think it'd be cool to sit down and talk about all the things you guys have accomplished a year from now, and do it again and whatnot. But I think that's it from us. If you guys want to throw any more shout outs, any thank yous in before we finish off. I know you kind of did that right before I got to it. But any other shout outs, thank yous you want to throw in there before we send this off? But I think that might be it from us.
Still got more, man. Shout out Trill Sky. Shout out Oh Hey Adrian. Shout out Shane. Shooters. You know, yeah, for sure. Shout out all the guys, man. If I ain't say your name, hey, man, you know it's all love, bro. So still shout out everyone that's been supporting from the start.
Shout out, by the way, for having us up here, man. Be able to talk about what we've been doing over the last little bit of time. So appreciate it.
Of course.
Shout out Blitty, man. Shout out the gang. Shout out everybody, man. For real.
Shout out everybody, man. Everybody that helped me get started, and everybody that came out to the show this weekend too. That was such a blessing moment. You know, we working, and we just doing our best for the people that support us, that energy y'all showing, that love y'all showing. We just finna return it right back to y'all. So appreciate everybody. Shout out the whole world.
Yeah. Shout out Sounds of Us. The Instagram will be on the screen again right here, right now. Follow them on Instagram, XOUNDSOFUS. If you're an audio listener and you can't see the graphic on the screen.
Yeah.
You can follow us at WWTV on everything. Come shop with us at 1521 Como Avenue Southeast. We got vintage, hype, Jordans, Yeezys, sneakers, dunks, all that type of stuff. We also got exotic sodas, and you can book your studio session on waterwavetv.com and work with one of our engineers or bring your own, whatever it may be. If you want to learn more about Sounds of Us, like I said, check them out on social media. Check all of them out personally, too. They're all dope artists, individuals as well.
Do that.
Had a pleasure conversating with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
Always.
great to get to know you. And subscribe, like, and all that. And I think that's it.
Yep.
Peace out.
Peace out.